intro again.
Don't. Please don't. You really gonna do this?
Yeah, it's our show. We do what we want.
Oh my god, no. Not another freaking wrestling podcast.
Yay!
Like I said, I don't give people like me. So, either you love me or you don't.
I love you.
I love you too.
Cody Rhodes is hot dog water solidified.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Not Another Freaking Wrestling Podcast. We're your hosts. I'm No Contest JD.
I'm the man with most luxurious hair in the wrestling business. I'm Jake.
The fuck you are. I'm Shane Daniels.
Hey, you don't wrestle anymore.
Fuck ever. Still in the business. Yeah. Hadn't wrestled, still over. Fuck you.
And according to the Smarks, I'm the best wrestler in the game, Will Diamond.
Are you? According to the Smarks. That doesn't hold a lot of weight.
It's not a hard bar to clear.
Fuck them guys. So we got a very special episode tonight. We're going to do an interview with Cameron Coxx, who has actually won MVP of the week twice on this podcast from me and Shane Daniels. So we figured it's time to bring him in and let him tell his story. Cameron, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
So, man, let's start things off real simple here. Tell us how you got started in the wrestling business.
Well, I mean, I can sit here and say the same thing that everybody's heard before, something I've wanted to do all my life. I started out at Empire Wrestling in 2014. I was 18 years old. I had trained.
Oh, wow, you were there like right after I quit training.
Yep. Actually, the first time I went to Empire just to check it out, you and Joey Lynch was the first match on the card, and it was actually the match where I said, yep, this is the place I need to go.
Holy crap, that's fucking cool. So, like, what's funny about that night is, like, I got called at the last minute to come work that match. I was TWE champion at the time, and I had to come double shot in there.
I didn't know it was TWE, so.
Yeah, so I was double shot in there, and what was hilarious was, like, I left that show to go back TWE, and I got pulled over on the way home, or on the way there, and I was only wearing trunks and a t-shirt, and a cop looked at me and goes, "What the fuck are you wearing?" And it was the hardest thing to explain.
Oh, that's where the box point thing came from.
Yeah. So, that's surprising. I didn't know that was your, that was the night you decided to wrestle. That's cool.
I also didn't know that one.
Did it wrestle? Hard to find a place, a place that I could tell was worth going to and giving it a shot,
So how long did you train at Empire?
Let's see. I trained for probably about 4 or 5 months, and they made me a ref. Let's see.
Okay.
So it was 2014. So I started wrestling around maybe March 2015. So close to the year there.
Oh, that makes me feel so old.
Yeah, well, he decided to start wrestling after watching me, so imagine how I feel.
I mean, that's pretty neat that you inspired this man to wrestle. What overall was the moment that inspired you, that made you realize, like, wow, I really fucking hate wrestling?
Wait, is he old enough for that yet?
No, trust me. As far as like modern wrestling and just everything, how it works now, and just the shit you see on TV, I can't fucking stand it.
My fucking boy. Come be adopted by daddy. I need more children.
You got to think I've been watching wrestling since I was like 2, and I mean that was kind of back when it was wrestling. So
what year was that?
1998.
I have much to teach you. Come with me and hear all proper.
So you got signed off reffing at Empire. When was your first match and where'd you have it at?
Do what?
When was your first match and where was it at?
It was at Empire. I wrestled Chris Pants.
Oh, really?
It was one of those things that Drew White, he was one of the guys that trained me, and he was like, we've trained a few people here, but nobody's ever actually like debuted you.
Yeah, I was one of the ones that trained there and didn't debut.
Well, he told me, he was like, I can get you booked at the deli. I was like, no, I'll just wait.
I never knew you wrestled for Empire.
I didn't either, actually.
I was a referee, and I wrestled there. That's actually where I got the name Cameron Coxx. So
Moving on from Empire, where'd you go after that? I know I met you at Chips, right?
it was either Chips or me, you, and Gabe went to NCW. But after Empire, me, Lamar Phillips, and Steve Dave, we went to RCW and worked there 2 or 3 times. Just no offense to anybody, I just didn't really care for it. That even back then, didn't really care for it. You know,
Jesus, that's a car.
sorry.
Why did you decide to Jesus? That's a carload right there. What?
Yeah, that really is.
But that I ended up at UEW, and then I just started going to like shows. So that's
Yeah, that would be where you guys.
That's probably where I met him as well.
I want to say I met both of y'all there actually.
Yeah, because I think you and I worked a match there one time, and I think that's how we met. Was we worked that match together.
How was that?
I think I actually agent that match.
Like the last 3 or 4 shows at UEW, I was there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right. Man.
oh, I guess I'm not supposed to be a wrestler. You know.
How was it like getting to wrestle the guy that kind of inspired you to start wrestling and being like, wow, I can really kick this dude's ass?
I ain't gonna lie, he kicked my ass a lot, but it was a learning experience. I really didn't even realize it was him until we actually worked a couple of times, and I'm like, man, he looks familiar. I've seen him from somewhere. And then it hit me, he wrestled Joey that night.
Yeah, you made that much of an impression on him, JD. Jesus.
Apparently.
Where did I meet you, Cameron?
It was either
RCA with Ego.
I was about to say or Ego. So it was one of the two. If not, somewhere along the way.
CW maybe. MacDonald.
I know. I never worked it, so
I know at some point you and I were traveling with Gabe together. We traveled a lot, and I actually worked quite a few matches wherever we went because they always paired us off. They're like, "Oh, y'all rode together. You can work." We had a pretty fun series of matches going from like Woody's to NCW, back to Chips, UEW a couple of times. I mean, we had a fun little series of matches. I really enjoyed riding one of those guys who, for one, didn't bother me. You paid your gas money, and you actually knew how to work a match.
well, I mean, back then I didn't think I knew how to, but I mean, I guess I've grown to have some confidence in myself now. So.
I always felt bad for you though, because we worked one match at Chips where it was Tyler and I were supposed to be tagging against you and Freddie, and then Tyler didn't show up, so it was me me against you and Freddie, and then Chip had me squash the fuck out of you.
Like a Fatal 4 or something. It was like me, you, Freddie, and I can't remember the other guy's name. He was a shorter guy. I can't remember his name, but yeah, it wasn't.
I just remember going out there and they had me squash all y'all, and I was like, why? Like, why?
Well, I mean, I didn't. You ran on Friday night to Chattanooga, JD. Fuck.
Well, that was like, me and him worked at Ego. Barry was like, yeah, give him a little bit and then kill him. And I was like, fuck. And then I went over there and I said, give me all your shit. And we went out there and we just did it as just flawlessly. And I made him look good. He made me look good. And, you know.
I remember that match. That was a good little fucking match, dude.
And then I feel like I killed you on that DDT, though. I apologize.
You good.
Hey, watch it. That's my thing. Watch it.
No, it's been really fun watching you grow as a wrestler. I feel like I've been there a lot of the way, just watching you. And every time I see you, I say, hey, good shit. You know, hell, you lost weight. You used to be a little bit bigger. Now you're fucking looking good.
Felt.
That's what happens when you kick your ex to the curb.
Damn.
Brother. No idea. Wait till you get divorced the first time.
Now these guys are all pretty These are
You're a
guys
pro
all
wrestler,
senior
inevitable.
all the time, but what we really all need to know is, do you believe in ghosts?
Like the band?
No, like ghosts, like the spooky
That's
kind.
not man. No, they suck.
No, that's just Scooby-Doo music.
But no, I mean I believe in forces, not necessarily ghosts.
Please don't tell me you believe in a flat Earth.
Well, fuck no, that's just dumb.
Okay,
Shit.
good.
You just know.
let you know. I'm not letting this go. It's still
gonna bring it up.
Actually, I had a question. Like, I know, like, a lot of what you do is, like, music-centric. And to me, that's always been, because, like, what I do is very music-centric. Like, were there specific influences musically that shaped how you are as a wrestler?
Really, like, well, my entire career. I mean, it made me Corey Cox's little brother because Corey was like a hair metal guy, and so we were that hair metal tag team, and I practically stayed that way with Freddie. I stayed that way when I went singles. I figured now it's just time to do something a little different, you know. As far as musical influences, Van Halen is my favorite band, obviously. I love Alice in Chains, bands like that. I'm more into like old school music. Like I look at modern music, like I do modern wrestling. It's just so manufactured and just so shitty. I just don't care.
Are you my son? Like, seriously? I hate everything, dude. Like, we should hang out.
But if you hate everything, yeah, we'll probably get along.
Let's go. And use DDT.
Well, let me ask you a question. Is there anybody out there that you probably haven't wrestled that you want to wrestle?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Because I know, here's the thing, a lot of people kind of overlook you. And it's...
I mean, brag, but I think that's kind of my own fault and my own mentality for just not standing up for myself. But
I always put you over, kid. But anyway,
Man, I would never put that on yourself because, goddamn, dude. Like I said, we've all been singing your praises the entire podcast. We've been doing it prior to this podcast. People are overlooking you, and that's their fault, not yours.
well, I like I said, I've grown to learn that it really just doesn't matter what people saying. I know I'm good at what I do. Am I the best? No, but I know what I'm doing, and I know I'm good at what I do. So,
But see, that's the thing. If you ever think you're the best at what you do, you should quit because there's no room for growth anymore.
nothing else to do.
all right. So who is it? Who's the one person right now that you want to wrestle?
Wait. Give us 5. Give us 5 people you would just adore to wrestle.
Right off the top of my head, and I feel like I'll miss a few and then kick myself in the ass. But of course, Joey Lynch. I never got to work him. He kind of helped train me a little bit, so I would love to work. Well, honestly, you, Jake, I would like to wrestle you. So
Really?
Damn.
We don't wrestle anymore.
You guys have never wrestled each other?
I don't think we have. I think we did like a battle royal one time, and we just like punched and kicked and walked away, and that was it.
Yeah.
I find that's kind of mind blowing to me, considering how many shows we've been on with him.
Yeah, for real. Like my tiny heart has grown 3 sizes just now.
All right, so Joey and Jake.
Let's see who else. Probably Torque as well.
Hell yeah, Torque's the greatest wrestler ever.
Fucking Torque? What is wrong with you fucking
I think
Oh, everybody wrestled Torque.
Yeah, who the fuck do we need to talk to book a match between Cam and fucking Torque?
That should have been booked at Chips.
Exactly.
I figured they did that at RCW, but they didn't give a shit about me. So
Did Torque work chips?
Yeah, quite a bit there.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
So Jake, Joey, and Torque.
The veritable murderer's row.
That is a very good fucking
That's almost a boys' table.
Well, like another one who kind of helped guide me along the way. I didn't really get to. I worked with him, but I didn't get to work a match with him. Chip Day.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
oh, holy shit, dude! Someone book that. I would watch fuck out of that.
And just right off the top of my head, because me and Gabe went to Southern Honor just to check it out probably about a month ago. And actually, Chip worked this guy. No offense to him, I'd never heard of him. I just don't pay attention to new wrestling, but I thought he was amazing. He's a guy called Shoot Taylor, I believe is his name.
What's that?
Shoot Taylor, I think is his name.
Shoot Taylor.
I don't know him, but I want to.
He's
Given his name, I want to know this dude.
Apparently, Will knows him.
No, that's just this fucking goofy ass name.
No, I love that name. Let's go. Fucking
and you know where
let's go.
Oh damn.
Will, you had a really good question you talked to us about. What was it again?
Oh yeah. So there was a couple. Firstly, just to kind of warm up, who's your favorite Godzilla monster?
This is important.
hang on here.
We will
because
judge you on this.
my best friend is into that type of stuff, and he tried so hard to get me into it. Is the guy's name it was Gamera? Was that a Godzilla monster?
Yo,
Disqualified.
no, fuck you, Will.
No, the only one I can think of.
We got next, Will.
So it's something that I feel like every wrestler thinks at least once watching the big leagues. Who's the biggest wrestler on TV you think you could shoot on?
I don't know how well.
What wrestler you could shoot on and win?
Oh, fucking Pockets, Orange Cassidy. Fuck that guy.
Oh my god, you are my son. You are my son. I hate that fucking dude.
I'm debating on whether I should tell a story or not, but
No, tell the story.
Tell the story.
No, if you're burying Orange Cassidy, tell the story. Fucking please. I hate that fucking dude. Tell it.
well,
Let's go.
right before the pandemic, when the Night Factory opened up,
Yeah.
I went there and was there probably maybe 3 or 4 times before the pandemic happened. But everybody seemed kind of, impressed with me and whatnot. I remember they had me do a practice match.
Yeah.
And they had me go over, and I was like, all right, well, I hopped up on the second rope and I hit my DDT. And here comes Pockets after the match, and he takes my hand, and he's like, hey, man, I really dig that DDT you did. I was like, oh, man, thanks. I appreciate that. I mean, I knew who he was, but I'd never watched him before. I didn't know what his whole deal was. So I got on the pay-per-view a couple of days later, and I think he was wrestling Neville or Pac, whatever they call him now. And yeah, well, Pockets goes to the top rope,
God damn.
and I'm
Pockets.
what's he gonna do? And he jumps out and hits my DDT, pins him, and he kicks out on it. I just cut it off. I said, yeah, you DDT, didn't you, motherfucker?
Oh,
Wow. He really loved that DDT.
He did. I was like, hell, I thought I was being original here and coming up with something people haven't seen in a while.
Damn.
fuck you, Orange Cassidy.
Damn.
So you do a DDT like off the second?
I do it off the second. He did it off the top, but still, it was just that.
That's 10.
Well, dude, you're already famous. I'm trying to be famous here. And you had to.
Yo, come with me, son. I will teach you the ways. I will teach you the ways of the DDT.
What would you say so far? Sorry, what would you say so far in your career is your favorite match you've had
Ooh, that's a good question.
Recently or just of all time?
of all time?
Yeah, that you've ever had.
Well, probably a couple months ago with Brad. I really enjoyed that.
Brad Cat?
Yeah, Brad Cat.
You know, I really enjoyed that match. I had you send that to me, as a matter of fact, so I could review it. I
Where was
enjoyed
that
that.
at?
See, it was at a
It was where?
See,
one show that runs in MacDonald.
Yeah, I've been there. Fuck, is that online anywhere? I want to watch that actually.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
Was online. I think it's still online. I don't want to go into too much detail because I really don't know the whole scenario, but I think the guy that was doing like the music and recording the matches at the show,
Yeah.
something happened and he just left. And when he left, I guess the YouTube page was his. So like all of the now are private.
Oh no, I didn't realize that.
I don't know what went down, so I'm not really going to speak upon it. So
Well, if you can find that,
It was
shit,
dope.
send that to me because I'm a big Brad Cash fan, especially when Brad's not doing hardcore shit, and I would love to watch that.
well, we did a little bit of art. It was a casket match, so I was like, we're going to have to do something. So
yeah, but Brad's telling a story, and Brad can tell a great story.
and that's kind of what I pride myself on when it comes to it is just telling a good story. And I felt like me and Brad did that very well.
Well, it was like our match kind of did the, I'm bigger than you story. So,
Yeah, that's every match you have.
Say that.
It's not often that you're not the biggest dude in the match.
Well,
Octavius.
Thanksgiving whenever he goes back to Pop's house. Because that is the undisputed world's largest athlete.
I'm sorry, what, Cameron?
It was actually one of my more recent favorite matches was getting to wrestle the Young Bloods here recently. So
Oh yeah, I love working with them.
I love me some big.
Wait till you wrestle them like 12 times in a row. You'll hate doing it. And
Yeah.
shit.
That's fair.
And then
The first couple times you wrestle them, it's amazing. When you have to wrestle them the 7th, 8th, 9th, 12th time, it's like,
But once you get to 13 and 14, it circles back around again. Trust me.
yeah.
Yeah.
If mentally you can make it that far.
It's not that I didn't like match 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12. It's just they got a lot harder
Yeah.
and a lot
Like,
rougher.
because it seemed like for a lot of places would be like, oh, we don't know what to fucking do. Jake and Shane versus the Young Bloods, and we're like, God damn it.
So I'll get okay. He's got some kicks on him. Like there was a couple times he kicked me and I was like, oh my God, I can't breathe.
Talking about Scooty? Bro.
It's been
My dude,
Scooty about killed me one
fucking
time.
mule. And then Octavius will yeet you into the 6th row if you're not fucking careful. How did that happen? Dude, it's scary because Octavius doesn't know how strong he is. And he will yeet you into the fucking 7th row. And it becomes take home a wrestler night. Like you become a foul ball at a ball game. Like
Just don't get yeeted, brother.
if Octavius wants to eat you, you have no choice.
Have you ever wrestled Menace?
Yes.
but that would be another one I'd like to work with.
Watch out for his chops.
Watch out for his fucking kicks.
I want to say I've actually back in the day I reffed a few Menace's matches and I was like, yeah, that guy's got some chops on him, man.
To be fair,
Does.
I think these dudes put Menace's chops over a lot harder than they should because Menace's chop me and they weren't that fucking bad. But then again, I wrestled Ringo a lot, and Ringo like the double hand chop people, and those are fucking awful.
I was about to say I feel like once you've done it for a while, it's kind of like the dazed and confused mentality. You know, your ass gets so numb, might as well just get it over with. You know.
Seriously, you're my son. You just made a Days and Confused riff.
No,
Like-
you just get a lot smarter because I give Menace one chop and then I cut him off. And that was it. That was it. You get one.
Why would you stand there and let him slap you in the chest? Like
Exactly.
Yeah, that's something about modern wrestling I don't like. The just back and forth, standing there looking at each other, and I'm like, kick him in the dick, you know.
For real, you're my son.
You are Jake's son.
I got so many
Not to be my kid.
with you right now. That'd be great.
You ever in the market for a tag team partner, Cameron Coxx? Like, I'll give you my number after this interview is over.
I hope I did.
Dude, I'm always down to have a younger kid to take all the abuse while I get the glory. Like,
Hey, Jake.
while we fucking succeed.
Jake, don't you have a fucking group that you could add him in?
You do have a fucking group.
Well, that's in Athens, and that's not.
You have two different
have-
groups.
It's kind of funny because when I explained to the guy that runs that show, I'm wanting to go into a different direction. He was like, yeah, he was like, oh, you can't do that. That's too close to Jake's stuff. And I was like, well, all right, I won't do it.
Hey, bro, there's always room in the family. Always room in the
Well, no, you're good. Jake's about to do a big gimmick switch.
family. Oh, am I?
Yeah, he's
Soon
gonna
to
be
be.
he's gonna be real into surfing, and he's gonna ride out on a surfboard to the ring, and then he'll do like the little slither in, and he'll be the sea snake, Randy Rip.
No.
Actually,
What thing?
actually, Jake, you really are about to have a kid exchange.
I am?
Yes.
Enlighten me, please.
You know what it is.
I do?
The as seen.
The what?
As seen.
Oh, as seen on HBO, brother. It's coming.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
As that scene on LSD, I was going to start wearing that out to the ring. So, man.
Were you actually done at LSD?
Look at me.
That is the proper answer.
I mean,
proper answer.
This new direction I'm going in, you know, a lot of get inspired by like the other wrestlers and whatnot. There's a movie, I don't know if y'all have ever seen it. It's called Ricky Six. And that's kind of where I come. It's actually based on a true story. Look up Ricky Casson.
Ricky who?
Ricky Casson. It's a wild movie. I'm not gonna spoil nothing. You just gotta watch it.
Okay.
All right, brother.
90s
Cool.
movie?
Go what?
Is it like a 90s movie?
I think it came out like late 90s, maybe 2000, something like that. So it wasn't a very popular movie, I don't think. But you can find it on
This the not popular ones from the 90s are the best ones.
I don't know. I mean, same with the cheesy horror films, but this one isn't too cheesy. It's just really like, whoa, what just happened?
Oh, it's a horror movie.
Yep.
Fuck. All right, let's go. I'm in. Cast. I'm gonna write that shit down.
All right, Cameron, before we get out of here today, let me ask you one last question. If there was anything about the culture of wrestling you had to change right now, what would it be?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Yeah, that is a loaded question. Let me think for that. So much shit that could be changed.
Brother.
I think honestly to answer it in a simple way, a lot of these younger guys, when they get trained, and I'm not saying they have to be trained by like some superstar, but a lot of these guys that get trained don't understand, and it's not their fault. They just want to be wrestlers. They don't realize that they go to these guys that, oh, I jobbed out on WCW one night, or I jobbed out on a WWF house show one night. Okay, that's all, but how is that going to benefit? And
Brothers over shooting.
a lot of them will take your money and train you for a couple of weeks and say, go find somewhere to work. And then other times it's like, they just get taught these bad habits. And, you know, I don't want to go into too much detail just because, but I think these younger guys just need to make sure, kind of like what I did with Empire. They need to make sure that the show they're going to, or the person that is training them, knows what they're doing. They don't have to be a superstar. Just make sure that you know that they know what they're doing. And I think if we had more trainers like that and more younger guys that are open-minded to looking at stuff like that, business would get a whole lot better.
It's a great answer and a great perspective.
Yeah, we need more trainers like Paul Lee like that.
Give me $300. Go find somewhere to work.
Cameron, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. Best of luck, and whatever you have coming up, I will definitely be looking forward to it.
Yeah, hit us with the socials, dude. You got like Twitter and Facebook and all that?
Exactly. Yeah, let us know where we can find you.
Yeah.
I'm not a social media person. I'm not very tech savvy. I wouldn't have a Facebook if it wasn't for wrestling and the fact that I broke my phone and couldn't get a hold of anybody. But I throw a lot of my stuff up there every now and then. So if you look for it, you can find it.
I just want to say something that I've been wanting to say the whole time. I really commend you for having your championship in frame for this whole interview.
I put like a video feed of it up. So
Why?
Hey, he's proud of his belt. Let him be proud of his belt.
No, I'm saying that's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's a great way to promote himself.
He's pretty.
I'm saying that for the listeners.
1W. I mean,
Hey, I'm saying that for the listeners. Let the man be proud of his belt.
Even if it doesn't belong for you, it's fun.
So
Cameron, thank you.
Tell me your radio station champion. That'd be badass.
hey, I was the first one too. There's never been a radio champion until now.
Hey, there you go. I can go.
And that's something you can throw on your tombstone.
Right? First ever.
You could start a fucking Twitter just based off that.
And you could.
Right? That.
I mean, are y'all gonna?
As popular as Blue Cane.
I ain't got time for that.
Cameron, once again, thank you very much for stopping by tonight, man. Best of luck in everything you got coming up, and we'll be on the lookout for it.
Man, thank y'all, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
Everybody, thank you for listening to another episode of another Freaking Wrestling Podcast. And until then, Jake, what do they need to do?
Bring me some more beers.